welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good evening to you all. So just give me a second. Yes. So hope you all had a great day today. So with the same enthusiasm, let's start with today's session. And before starting, I wish you all a very happy Vasant Panchami. And may Goddess Saraswati shower you with her blessings and with all that positive note. Let's start today's session. Before that, a very happy Valentine's Day as well. So with this, let's start today's session, which is about the RBI Grade B examination. I'll be taking you through what is the eligibility criteria, what is the examination pattern, and all that about the RBI. And as I've said earlier also, before starting preparation for any exam, you have to try to understand what exactly is that organization into, what are its functions, so that you going to be part of that should be able to understand its working. Okay, so with this, let me start. And here these are my credentials, and you can go through it later as well. I have close to 6 years. I mean, in another 3 or 4 months I'll complete 6 years in teaching regulatory bodies examinations, especially NABARD, and RBI just 1 to 2 years I have started. Okay, yes. Now what is RBI? Sabse pehle, as I've said, you have to understand the organization for which you are planning to work. So you need to understand that. So what is RBI? It is India's central bank. After its nationalization in 1949, now it is wholly under the government of India. That is its capital and all that. It's from government of India. India Central Bank, bank of banks. Okay, so the objective as preamble that has been set up, it says to regulate the issue of banknotes and the keeping of reserves, that is the money, with a view to securing monetary stability in India, and generally to operate the currency and credit system of the country to its advantage. So this is the objective that has been set for it as the centralized Bank of India, and its history can be traced to 1926, when the Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance was set up. And this, which is also known as Hilton Young Commission, it has recommended that a Central Bank of India should be created, and it was earlier private bank, and they wanted it so that the control of currency and credit from the government, and to augment banking facilities throughout the country. So as part of which it was established through the Reserve Bank of India Act in 1934, and after that it has started its operations in 1935. Later, once we have got our freedom, that is independence, we have nationalized this in 1949. Basic, zyada nahi hai, but still this is required. Now, what are the functions of it? There are various functions of RBI associated with the monetary policy authority, regulator and supervisor of the financial system of India, manager of the foreign exchange, issuer of currency. All these are done according to the powers that have been bestowed upon it through various acts that have been launched from time to time, so that it can work smoothly. Okay, so monetary policy, as you can see, section 45ZB of the amended RBI Act 1934, it provides an empowered 6-member monetary policy committee to be constituted by the central government by notification in the official gazette. As per it, every 2 months they meet, and yes, MPC, they meet and they come up with various inputs, so that the inflation, everything also can be under control. Now, the Reserve Bank of India, it is governed by Central Board of Directors, where not more than 4 deputy governors would be there, and 1 governor. Currently, Mr. Shaktikanta Das is the governor of RBI. One more thing I forgot to add here, issuer of currency. It is based on the powers that have been bestowed upon RBI of the RBI Act, that it can issue banknotes in India, and all these directors are appointed or nominated for a period of 2 years. Okay. Now RBI constitutes the board, as I have said, Central Board of Directors. These are the official directors who are full-time, and there is one governor and 4 deputy governors, and currently Sri Shaktikanta Das ji is the present governor of RBI. And there are non-official directors also nominated by the government, 10 directors from various fields and 2 government officials, and others include 4 directors, 1 each from the 4 local boards, that is the regional branches that are there of RBI. There they will be working as the heads of the respective branches. Now coming to the examination vacancies. Now we have understood, okay, this is RBI, it's a Bank of Banks, Central Bank of India. It is the one that completely manages the financial the status of our country, looks into all that work. Now what are the exam vacancies or the disciplines? So if we look at the disciplines, just like yesterday we have done for NABARD, day before yesterday we have seen that it has various disciplines. One of that is the general and specialized disciplines. Here also very much similar to that. We have 1 officers in the grade B, this is direct recruitment general. And one important point, when we talk about NABARD grade A, that was of assistant manager. RBI grade B is the manager. So post higher than what we have discussed. Yes, in NABARD also you can have, there is an entry for managers, and that would be NABARD grade B. Generally those vacancies come very rarely, that is once in 2 years or so. Since the last 2 years they haven't released any post for NABARD grade B. Coming back to our RBI, so it is manager post, so little bit higher level, and there are 3 disciplines under which these people are recruited. Grade B officers are recruited. Officers in grade B direct recruitment general, because there are promotions also, that's the reason DR they have mentioned clearly so as to avoid any confusion. Officers in grade B direct recruitment for the Department of Economic and Policy Research. Here these are specialized posts, you can say. And officers in grade B, again direct recruitment, Department of Statistics and Information Management. These 2 are the specialized posts. And unlike NABARD grade A, where you can opt or you can apply for only 1 post, here you can apply for either of these posts, but separately. Candidates desirous of applying for posts in both grade B direct recruitment general and grade B DR, DEPR or DSIM, as the case may be, are required to apply using links for both the positions separately and pay the fees for both. So it is, they have given this feasibility here, so that if anyone wants to go for appear for both the posts to test themselves, they can do that. Okay, now what is the eligibility criteria? We have dekh liya discipline, so as per where you fit you can opt for that, but for here in this case I will be taking you through the general post details. Eligibility criteria, the first thing, nationality. He or she, that is the candidate, must be either a citizen of India or a subject of Nepal or subject of Bhutan or Tibetan refugee who have come to India with the intention of permanently settling down, that too before 1st Jan 1962, that is their parents or ancestors who were, or persons of Indian origin who have migrated, from Pakistan and various other countries, as you can see here, with the intention of permanently settling in India. They would be eligible for this as per the nationality. And again, this category 2, 3, 4 and 5, they have to provide a certificate. Maybe if they are not able to provide the certificate even during the examination, no problem, but the final selection would be based on that, so they have to produce a certificate before the final selection, that is the final one. Okay, now coming to the eligibility criteria, that is academic qualifications. So the first thing that comes to our mind, that RBI, so banks ka bank hai, central bank hai, maybe they recruit only those students or those candidates who have something degree or PG or something related to finance. Nothing like that. graduation in any discipline or equivalent technical or professional qualification, that is either engineering or even BS agriculture students, those are professional qualification wherever there is 4 years degree that they must have done, or technical engineering etc. Anyone can apply for this post provided they fulfill the rest of the criteria, like minimum 60% marks. For reserved candidates it is 50%, for others it is 60%, or post graduation in any discipline, again equivalent technical or professional qualification with minimum 55% marks, and for the reserved candidates it is pass marks in aggregate of all semesters or years. Now in few cases you will have grade points, so for that also they have cleared here the air around all those doubts. So 6.75 CGPA it would be 60%, 6.25 it would be 55%, and 5.75 it would be 50%. So they have converted that. Now graduation level, but again those whatever the graduation that they have done, that should be from a recognized university or institute, taken after class 12th only, and is at least 3 years duration, or candidates possessing professional or technical qualifications which are recognized by the government as equivalent or professional or technical graduation will only be eligible for admission to the examination. And the college from which they have studied, that should be from a recognized university or an institute. If all these fulfilled, then definitely any degree, any candidate, graduate can apply for this post. Okay, it's not that कि finance वाला बंदा ही जाएगा या फिर कुछ और, nothing. All everyone is similar to our NABARD का जिस तरह से same. Okay. Yes. Now the age criteria. This also same as NABARD only. Candidates must be between 21 and 30 years of age as on the particular date mentioned in the notification. So they'll mention as on that date they have to complete the graduation and get the certificates, either provisional or the final ones, and they should be between 21 and 30 years of age. But yes, there is upper age relaxation for the reserved candidates, ex-servicemen and persons with benchmark disabilities, it is PWBD candidates. 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, so they have their own criteria again. Okay, so we have seen educational qualification, nationality, age qualification, all that now you are fulfilled. Now we can see the examination pattern, but before that there are service conditions or career prospects that have been highlighted in the last year's notification, which I wanted to bring to your attention. That is the pay scale. So here the starting salary, basic pay, here we are talking about the basic pay which stands at 55,200 per month, and in a span of 16 years, even if you are not promoted or stay in the same position, it would reach close to 99,750. वहाँ पे आके stop हो जाएगा. Along with that, various allowances are provided to you, like special allowance, grade allowance, dearness allowance, local compensatory allowance, special grade allowance, and learning allowance, house rent allowance, as per the mentioned criteria. And then at present, last year 2023 के notification से मैंने लिया है, at that time the initial monthly gross emoluments without HRA, house rent allowance, it is 1.16 lakhs, 914 मतलब 1.17 समझिए, without HRA. Okay, now what about HRA? It would be 15% of the basic pay. So 15% of this would be paid. So plus that 15% would also be paid if accommodation is not provided by the bank. If accommodation is provided by the bank, this would be your take home salary. So very good package it has, and work-life balance, the respect in the society, everything is top-notch. Okay, now all these are fulfilled now, criteria, everything, you are fit. Now look at the examination pattern. So here when we talk about RBI Grade B examination pattern, it is conducted in 3 phases. phase 1 or the prelims examination, phase 2 or the mains examination, and phase 3 of the interview, the personal interview, where they'll try to gauge your personality. Now prelims, it is of 200 marks, mains it is of 300 marks, because here we have 3 papers. One, since we are talking about general only, it would be ESI, descriptive English, and the third is finance and management. And again, the beauty of this RBI examination, they have mentioned or provided you with the syllabus. So you need not worry about what kind of questions can come from ESI, from which topics it would come, or what kind of topics that I have to cover for finance, etc. Nothing. Everything is mentioned along with the subtopics. Okay. And finally, personality test here, 75 marks. So in the end, this is completely qualifying in nature, no knowledge based. Reasoning, quants, English and general awareness. These are the 4 subjects that would be covered in the prelims part. Mains part, these 3 subjects completely knowledge based. Okay. And here whatever the marks that you score in mains, that would be added to your interview, and based on this 375 marks, whatever you score, you will be landing in your final dream job. Okay. Now let's have a look at the examination pattern little bit in detail. So the preliminary examination structure, that is of phase 1. So here, as I've said, there are 4 subjects that are covered here: general awareness, English language, quants and reasoning ability. Except English, bilingual. Others you can appear for in the bilingual, that is English and Hindi. But here we don't have composite time, but sectional time, as you can see here. So for general awareness, it is 25 minutes that you will get. English language, again 25 minutes. Quants, 25 minutes. Reasoning, it's a little bit lengthy, so you will get 45 minutes here. Okay. And paper, moderate to high level it would be. And as you can see, since sectional timings are there, you can't save time in one section and you can utilize that for the other section. So you have to very carefully plan your attempt and accordingly go ahead. And in order to increase that pace at which you are able to answer, lot of practice is required. And if you see this paper, majority of the questions, that is almost 40% of the paper, is for GA. So you can understand the importance of general awareness in RBI. So बाकी में even if you इसमें भी both the sectional cutoffs and overall cutoff is there. So if you feel that कहीं पे भी थोड़ा सा आपका कम है या फिर not able to do well, sectional cutoff भी निकाल देंगे. And if you are able to score more than 70 or 70 plus, actually with proper strategy and with proper planning, it's actually achievable. If you can do that, crossing this hurdle of prelims, which is completely qualifying in nature, is not much difficult. Okay, so but the thing is, you have to focus on general awareness to score more than 70, and there are many students who have done that. And this can be done with proper strategy. We'll have one session exclusively on that, how you can do that. Okay, so this, once you are above the cutoff, you will be moved to the mains examination. Now when we look at the mains exam test structure, as I've said, there are 3 papers here: paper 1 ESI, paper 2 descriptive English, paper 3 general finance and management. And here when we talk about paper 1 and paper 3, here these are of 100 marks each, of which 50 marks for MCQs and 50 marks for descriptive part. Okay, descriptive questions. These MCQs, 30 questions would be there, of which 20 questions would be of 2 markers and 10 questions would be of 1 marker. Okay, and this 50 marks, that is descriptive questions, you will be asked 6 questions, of which you have to answer 4 questions, 2 questions of 15 markers and 2 questions of 10 markers. Okay, so total 100 marks, and you will be given 30 minutes for your objective part and 90 minutes for your descriptive part. for both. Same. And when we talk about the descriptive part of English, that is descriptive English, again 90 minutes time you will be given, questions 3 or 4 as per the examiner's pattern, and it can be an essay, letter writing, précis writing, comprehension passage, anything. And the most important thing that you have to focus when it comes to descriptive English is the formats, which are very, very important. No grammatical mistake, okay, and stick to the word limit, whatever that they have mentioned. And all the topics that are picked for this would be from the regular, any of these ESI or finance topics only, finance and ESI topics only, or the regular current affairs topics, okay. And 100 marks, so total 300 marks for phase 2. So the high you score in mains, the high would be chance in the final selection. अगर इंटरव्यू में इधर उधर भी थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हुआ तो this will help you a lot. So for phase 2, your strategy should be in such a way, or your planning should be in such a way that you have to score high, and again that all will be achievable based on your planning and strategy and preparation for ESI and descriptive English and FM. Okay, after this would be your personal interview, wherein the the candidate can opt the interview either in Hindi or English. 75 marks का होता है. Okay, and they shall be required to undergo personality assessment conducted by the bank, which does not carry any marks, and that would not form part of final selection criteria. But then why they are making the candidate undergo this personality assessment? To understand them, how they'll be able to gauge the person, and accordingly in interview they'll be able to make the questions and all that. Okay. And MCQs, obviously there is a negative marking, so every one wrong answer 1/4 mark would be deducted for phase 1 and phase 2 both. And cutoffs, when we talk about, it is applicable for phase 1 and phase 2 on the scores of individual test, that is individual sectional cutoff, we say that as sectional cutoff, and overall cutoff. In both the कट ऑफ्स आर अप्लाइड. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि स्टूडेंट्स का एक सेक्शन कट ऑफ नहीं निकला है, बट द मार्क्स इफ दे टोटल दैट इज मोर देन द ओवरऑल कट ऑफ. सो प्लीज बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल when you are preparing for this examination. Prepare thoroughly. So this is about the RBI's examination. Now let's have a quick look at the syllabus. See, ESI, this is ESI syllabus, and as I've said, everything is mentioned so properly that you need not worry or you need not run from pillar to post to understand what kind of questions would be asked. Everything mentioned. And tomorrow we'll be doing demystifying the ESI part between NABARD and RBI and how you can prepare for both. That I'll take you through, because almost more than 60 to 70% of the syllabus between NABARD and RBI is similar. So here is the topics for syllabus for ESI. Along with that, they have also suggested reference material. What are the books that you can look into or you can go through, and also the reports. Though these are indicative, that is not only these reports, various other reports would also be asked, okay, in the examination. And this is the syllabus for finance. Suggested reference material is also there. Financial system, financial markets, general topics of finance, and all the basics only. Actually, it's not very in-depth that you are afraid कि पता नहीं कितना tough होगा. Nothing like that. Basics of finance only they are covered. Management, ये तो completely static. Sorry, I forgot to add one thing there. For ESI and finance, you will have current affairs as well. That is, it would be divided into static and current affairs. Accordingly, the questions would be asked as per the syllabus and the current affairs. But management, it is purely static part. Okay, as you can see here, these are the syllabus topics for management, and everything they have given. See, even the main topic and the subtopic. See, fundamentals of management and organizational behavior. In that, introduction to management, evolution of management thought. So you can see they have clearly mentioned what you have to read, what you have to go through, even the subtopics as well. Organizational structure. It's a structure, it's a change, strategies for change, theory of planned change, and what theories that you have to go through, what are the various models, that also they have mentioned here. So everything is so beautifully mentioned that you won't even get confused after going through this. And this again is a syllabus, and suggested reference material also they have mentioned from where you can get hold of these topics. Okay, so this is the syllabus for management. Now this is all from my end. So once you start the preparation, abhi aapka preparation bhi ho gaya, everything. When do you start your mock test? So whenever you plan to start your mock test, always do that once you are done with at least 70% of the syllabus. Don't start earlier. That can again lead to a demotivation, as since there is no preparation, you won't be able to score much. So please start your test once you are through with 70% of the syllabus, and always analyze the mock test, your performance in the mock test after the examination. Now 2 hours karte ho, just give it 5 to 10 minutes to analyze. That will help you understand where you went wrong, that is your weaknesses and strengths. Accordingly you can plan your further strategy and further the rest of the syllabus that you are going to cover. Okay, so you can make how you can analyze yourself. You can you give lot of mock tests, so write them down. Mock test 1, 2, 3, 4 subjects and total marks. So mock test on mock test, you'll be able to understand how you are faring, and this will also tune your mind for the examination, for the real examination. So this is about the mock test, that is how you have to give. So this is all from my end today. So we have discussed, if we have a quick recap of what we have gone through. One, we have seen what is RBI, we have seen its organizational structure, we have seen its functions, we have seen the disciplines in which the openings, that is the job openings, are revealed, that is recruitment drive is done, and we have also seen the eligibility criteria, we have seen the examination pattern, we have seen the syllabus, almost everything we have covered. Okay, so this is it. Yes, now the forum is open for your queries, questions, comments on today's session, or any suggestions that you have. And tomorrow we'll do that demystifying. Yes, and day after tomorrow I'll take you through the books references, where you can get all the content related to NABARD and RBI once again. Yes, any questions? Okay, can't see any questions. Thank you very much for being so patient. Thanks a lot. See you all then tomorrow, same time at 8:30 p.m. with yet another interesting session. Meanwhile, I have already launched the courses for which I have been taking classes. If you want to know more about that, you can visit my app, which is EduTerrain, that you can download it from the Google Play Store. Okay, so thank you once again. Please take good care of yourself, and before winding up, a very happy Vasant Panchami and a very happy Valentine's Day to you all. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.